Welcome to Two Weirdos, the sacred space for misfits, mystics, and miracle workers in the making. I'm your host, Denise, truth teller, spirit walker, Bible deconstructor, here to walk with you out of religion and back into divine alignment. And today's episode is called When Everything Feels Like It's Falling Apart. And baby, I know you feel it. Jobs disappearing, bills rising, politics loud, profits louder, timelines collapsing, group chats in flames. Everybody got an opinion. Nobody got peace. And some of you are walking around like your nervous system has been plugged into a live socket. That- Not dramatic, not weak, just overstimulated by reality. So today, we are not going to argue. We are not going to debate. We are not going to dissect headlines. We are going to regulate. We are going to breathe. We are going to anchor. We are going to come back into our bodies. And we are going to remember who we are. Because when everything feels like it's falling apart, it is not the time to lose yourselves. It is the time to come home to yourselves. Let's talk. Now, you already know. When things start shaking in society, somebody pulls out a Bible verse like it is a fire extinguisher. You know the one. Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. And they say it in that tone, the church mother tone. Just be still, baby. God is in control. And you sitting there like, okay, but my rent is not still. My anxiety is not still. The news is not still. My inbox is not still. So what does that even mean? Because religion uses that verse like a spiritual sedative, like stop feeling, stop reacting, stop asking questions, just hush. But Psalm 46 was not written to dismiss fear. It was written in the middle of chaos. Psalm 46 talks about mountains falling into the sea, waters roaring and foaming, nations raging, kingdoms tottering. Psalm 46 says, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way. Does that sound familiar? This was not a peaceful spa day psalm. This was an apocalypse feeling psalm. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. And right in the middle of that, be still. So let's break that down because be still is not what we were taught. And Frola, the Hebrew phrase for be still is harpu. Harpu does not mean freeze. It does not mean suppress emotion. It does not mean pretend everything is fine. It means let go, release your grip, drop your clenched fists. Harpu was used in battle language. It meant stop striving, stop fighting, lower your weapons. In ancient Near Eastern culture, warfare was constant. Nations were always at risk. Survival was political. So when Psalm 46 says harpu, it is not saying ignore the chaos. It is saying stop trying to control what you cannot control. Now let's look at know. The Hebrew word is yada. Yada is not intellectual knowledge, it is intimate knowing, experiential knowing, embodied awareness. And it is the same word used when scripture says Adam knew Eve. This is not Google God, this is feel into the reality of the divine. Then it says, I am God. The Hebrew word is Elohim. Elohim in its root form implies power, authority, creative force, not a micromanaging dictator, not a political puppet master, creative force, yeah, sovereign present, yeah. So when you put it together, harpu, yada, Elohim, yeah. It is not sit down and shut up. It is release your death grip, experience the deeper reality, remember the creative force that holds you. Religion taught us that chaos means punishment. Scripture shows us that chaos often precedes revelation. That hits different because right now, everybody is gripping, scrolling, arguing, predicting, panicking. And Psalm 46 whispers, let go, not of awareness, not of compassion, but of panic. Psalm 46 was likely written during a time of national instability in Israel, foreign threats, Internal political stress. It sound familiar. Kings rose and fell, empires shifted. People thought their world was ending, and it probably felt like it was. Every generation thinks their chaos is unprecedented. But history says otherwise. When the Roman Empire collapsed, people thought civilization was over. When the Black Plague hit Europe, people thought it was divine judgment. During the transatlantic slave trade, people weaponized scripture to justify horror. During Jim Crow, Black churches became survival sanctuaries. During the civil rights movement, people thought the nation would implode. And yet, humanity keeps recalibrating. Systems fall, consciousness rises, structures crack, truth leaks through, and sometimes what feels like falling apart is systems being exposed. Let me remind you of something. The Bible is not afraid of supernatural disruption. Burning bushes, Red Seas parting, donkeys talking, dead people rising. None of that was calm on the outside. But divine stability does not look like silence. It looks like rootedness in the middle of chaos. When Moses stood before Pharaoh, that was not calm circumstances. When Jesus slept in the storm, that was not calm weather. That was regulated spirit. And some of you think if you feel anxious, you are failing spiritually. No, you are human. And the invitation is not to erase anxiety, it is to regulate through it. Here is what I will not let happen. I will not let religious fear hijack your nervous system. Hard times are not proof that God is punishing you. Economic downturn is not proof you lacked faith. Layoffs are not divine rejection. Colonial Christianity used crisis to control populations. Obey or God will destroy the nation. Submit or the plagues will come. Theology traumatized generations, and many of us are still detoxing from it. Hard times do not mean you are cursed. Sometimes they mean systems are unstable. Sometimes they mean cycles are ending. So, how do you stay anchored when everything feels like it's falling apart? First, limit your input. You do not need hourly updates on disaster. Second, regulate your body. Breathe slower than your fear. Stretch. Walk outside. Touch the earth. Drink water. Your ancestors survived worse without Wi Fi. Third, separate awareness from absorption. You can care without carrying the whole world in your chest. Fourth, return to your small rituals. Cook real food. Oil your scalp. Light a candle. Play old school gospel. Put on Anita Baker. Wash your face slowly. Small anchors build big stability. Repeat after me. I am not the chaos around me. I am rooted even when systems shake. I release what I cannot control. I choose regulation over panic. I am anchored. I am protected. I am aligned. Good. This week's ritual is called the release bowl. Get a small bowl. Kitchen table is fine, does not have to be aesthetic. Take down what is overwhelming you. Specific things: job fear, money, politics, relationships. Fold the paper, place it in the bowl, light a simple white candle, white for clarity, white for peace, and say, I release what is not mine to carry. Then leave it there overnight. Next morning, throw the paper away, not as denial, as boundary. We do not carry what does not belong to us. Black folks know something about surviving unstable systems. We made church a sanctuary when laws were violent. We turned kitchens into strategy rooms. We braided maps into hair. We sang freedom into fields. And when the world shook, Big Mama still made Sunday dinner. Collard greens did not stop. Hot water cornbread did not stop. Frankie Beverly still played at the cookout. Because culture is regulation, music is regulation, food is regulation, laughter is resistance. You do not need to be glued to panic to prove you care. Sometimes staying joyful is the rebellion. If you are feeling spiritually unsteady, my spiritual gifts guide might help you right now. It walks you through understanding your intuitive wiring, your discernment, your spiritual language. Because when the world gets loud, clarity about who you are becomes grounding. The link is in the description. This episode is brought to you by Angel Vihuya, the angel of awakening and divine direction, who ignites courage when systems begin to shake. This is not about hype, it is about anchoring. If this episode is helping your nervous system even a little, subscribe. Share it with someone spiraling. And check us out at www.twoweirdos.us and everywhere you get podcasts. Don't miss a drop. We are building regulated mystics over here. Listen to me. Everything that shakes is not meant to stay. Sometimes the falling apart is exposure. Sometimes it is recalibration. Sometimes it is the death of illusions. But you do not have to fall apart with it. Release your grip. Know deeply. Anchor inward. Release your grip. Know deeply. Let the fog clear. Let's go seek. The mountains may move, the waters may roar, but you are not required to drown in headlines. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to regulate. You are allowed to protect your peace. You're never too much or not enough for divine love. You are the miracle. Stay courageous, stay curious, stay aligned.